And welcome to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, back with another episode of this MLB Show 22 Custom League. And it's been a bit since I have recorded, so I'm glad to be back here on the channel with you. And in this one, we're past opening day now, and we're gonna focus on some first starts for some of these new players and these new signings on these new teams here. Taillon is the first guy that we're gonna focus on in this game here. He's coming from San Diego. Last year, pitched 191 innings, 170 hits allowed, 68 runs, a 3.2 ERA, and a 1.26 WHIP. So 144 strikeouts. Not a big strikeout guy. Yeah, but it signed him to a 4-year contract there with $8.3 million a year. So just another starter for St. Louis. They're trying to build a playoff contender. They were just outside of the playoff race last year, kind of from the outside looking in, and so they want to improve their team, and they want to get a team that can play in the playoffs here. They lost their season opener against Indianapolis, and so they're still looking for their first win of the season here. And so again, here he is, Taillon, and there is another look at his stats a little bit closer. 7-11 record for him, 71 walks, 244 strikeouts, so much more of a contact type of pitcher. Leading off this game is going to be Gavin Lux, batted .244 with 52 ribbies a year ago, and a year that he spent kind of split between the Stars and Indianapolis. He got traded in the middle of last season, and that's a pop-up down the third baseline that is caught by the third baseman there. I believe that's either Brendan Rodgers. I think that might be Brendan Rodgers there at third base for St. Louis. But either way, he was Mark Canha, but just below 800 OPS, 30 dingers last year, and almost 90 RBIs. So he had a really good season a year ago. He's batting .500 right now going into this game, and he's going to crush this ball into deep left field! And it's over the wall and gone. Mark Canha with his first homer of the year, and Indianapolis scoring first in this game, going up 1-0 here in the first inning. Big swing by Canha right there on that one. And let's see what that was. That was a slider that was right down the middle. Really bad location by Taillon there. Didn't get out by much, 346 feet, but got over the wall and left. So huge home run. Here's now Cedric Mullins, had over 100 ribbies last year, had another incredible season, as that's a pop-up there, a slider that is over to third base again. That might be Brian Anderson, actually, at third base. That is definitely Brian Anderson and making that play. But a home run from Mark Canha makes it 1-0. Here's Dominic Smith, 240 average, 704 OPS, and kind of a limited sample size. He only played about a month of the season last year. He's going to send that one down the line past a diving attempt by Matt Olson, and it's only going to be a base hit. But he maybe could have been safe at second, I don't know. But either way, a base hit there and a fastball that was inside, not a terrible pitch, as Dominic Smith is on. For Danny Jansen, still looking for his first hit of the year, as that's a circle change that's inside, and that gets the zone for a strike. And, 742 OPS, 15 homers, and 44 RBIs. For a catcher, those offensive numbers are not too bad. Well, here's an 0-1, as it's a ground ball back up the middle. It's stopped by Taillon. He gets a glove on it, and he's able to get the second out there at first base. Nearly a ball driven right back up the middle. We're now with 2 men on and 2 men out. Here is Didi Gregorius, 667 average going into this game. And Didi last year, 761 OPS, 4 homers, and 15 RBIs in, about a month playing time as well for him. As that changeup misses outside. Count is full on Gregorius now. And so what does Taillon come with here? The second inning has been a long inning for him. That's a fly ball, and it's into right, and it looks like it's going to be caught out there in right field than it will be to end the top of the second. So a little bit of a longer inning. That was Michael Conforto there making the play, but no runs allowed in that second inning. So now we're to the third inning, and here's Gavin Lux. And Lux is going to take a fastball there inside for strike number 2. Count is 1-2. Lux 0 for 1 in the game so far. 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball. And it swung on and missed for strike 3. Good pitch there by Jameson Taillon. And that's his first strikeout here in St. Louis. Good pitch and no chance for Gavin Lux. So now an 0-2 to Mark Hanna. Hit a bomb last time up, and he's going to ground this one over to first. A diving stop by Matt Olson, but there's not going to be a play that's made there. And yeah, Jameson Taillon probably should have went to first base quicker there. But I don't even know if he would have been able to get the out, even if he does go to first immediately. That's a swing and a miss by Vladdy, and Mark Hanna is out at second base trying to steal. And he was out by quite a bit there. He didn't have a good jump here. Let's see this again. Yeah, did not have a very good jump at all. And that throw beat him by quite a bit. So an easy out there on that stolen base attempt. So now there's 2 outs, and the bases are clear for Guerrero. Full count pitch to him here, and that's a knuckle curve that swung on and crushed. High pitch that Guerrero drives over the wall in left field. And it's just a solo shot after the stolen base attempt does not happen there, but the first one for Vladdy on the season. He had 40 of them last year, and it's 2-0 Indianapolis. So another off-speed pitch that just missed location there by Jameson Taillon. A knuckle curve that was high in the zone, and a high arcing drive by Vladdy into the seats. So a couple of solo home runs given up. That's a slider that is swung on and missed for strike 3 by Taillon there. And, you know, Indianapolis, they got 4 hits already. Couple of long home runs in this game off of Taillon. As here's Josh Donaldson at the plate. He is 0 for 1 on the day. As he's going to swing at a pitch way in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, but they're going to be able to get the out there. And that was a pretty filthy pitch there for Jameson's 3rd strikeout of the game.
Now batting, the left fielder.
And a good play there by Mitch Keller to kind of get in front of that ball and block it. As here's now Dominic Smith. 1 for 1, had a hit his first at bat. And he was 0 for 3 last game, so that was his first hit of the year. And a 1-0 to him. That's a ground ball, and that's going to be another single for him here. Slider driven into left through the gap between the shortstop and third baseman. Here's now Marcell Ozuna, 246 average, a 729 OPS, 6 homers, and 11 RBIs in a month action for him a year ago. That's a foul ball. Count is 2-2 to Ozuna here. And that's a ground ball. A diving stop. Whoa, what a play made by Justin Turner. A new signing for St. Louis in the offseason. And a guy that, you know, I mean, he's really getting up there in age. Not a great defender, but he shows those weather on that play. That was a incredible diving stop, and then throwing it to second base from his knees. The Sluggers offense has not done anything in this game to this point. It's still 2-0. They only have 1 hit. They only had 1 hit going into the bottom of the 4th. That's a ground ball and another hit by Gregorius. And Jameson Taillon has been giving up quite a bit of base runners in this game. I believe that's his 6th hit that he's allowed in this one so far. He's now at 80 pitches, 2-2. That changeup misses to Gavin Lux here. Count is running full on him here. 3-2 pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. Good pitch on the slider, getting his 4th K of the game. And that's a pretty important one here to get the first out of the 5th inning. Might be his last frame of the day. Gavin Lux swinging early on that pitch. So now an 0-2 to Mark Hanna. And Mark Hanna is going to ground out with a slider that finds the outfield grass just past the glove of Brian Anderson. Now 2 on, 1 man out for Vladdy. We all know what he did last time up. He hit a big home run. He had 44 homers last year and 110 RBIs. Well, here is a changeup. It looks like that's what Mitch Keller's getting him to throw here, and it's a ground ball back up the middle, and that was a huge double play turned right there, started by Justin Turner at second. Man, and I mean, that was hit pretty well. It was, right back up the middle, but just the perfect position for Justin Turner to get that. And man, 2 hits for the Sluggers. Halfway home, still 2-0 in the game. And second and third bases are loaded here. And there's a big 2-run base hit by Julian Rodriguez to tie the game. So now we're in the top of the 6th. And yeah, 90th pitch from Taillon in this game to Cedric Mullins. That's a swing and a miss. Slider gets him swinging there. I believe that's 6 on the day now for Jameson Taillon. And I would say, if he gives up another base runner, you go to somebody else. That was a early swing there by Mullins on that pitch. Now a 1-2 to Donaldson. That's a slider that misses the zone. He struck out last time up, 0 for 2 in the game. So far, here's a 2-2 pitch. And that's a line drive, and that one will fall in for a base hit into left. So there's a single from Donaldson here. And yeah, good swing on that pitch, and a hope on a ball hit pretty well. As out comes the manager, and we will see a pitching change happen right here. Yeah, and I agree with this. He does go into the 7th inning. He pitches 6.1 innings in this game. Only allows 2 runs. He is responsible for Donaldson now at first base. But right now, not on the hook for a win or a loss, depending on what Carlos Carrasco can do out of the bullpen. 2 innings for him, give up a run in his first appearance of the year, it looks like. But 4-1 to strikeout to walk ratio. Big spot here with a man on first base for him. It's a ground ball to Rogers, and he's going to start a no! Oh, he was going to start a double play, but the throw to the first baseman here is offline. And Justin Turner making some great defensive plays in this game. That was not one of them, as now there's only 2 out. So the inning continues for Danny Jansen. He's going to fly this one into right field, and it's fairly shallow. Giancarlo standing there underneath it, making that catch to end the 6th inning. So no more runs tallied on Jameson Taillon's record here, but can this offense do something? If they can score here, they can potentially give Jameson Taillon a win. So we are going to jump into this game fully here at this point in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Dustin May still pitching pretty effectively here. He's only at 67 pitches right now, and he just gets a double play right there to begin the 6th. So now it's Justin Turner having a successful game so far today, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. At an 833 OPS and 27 homers and a 282 average last year. So a 2-2 pitch to Justin Turner here, and that was a slurve that was in a dangerous location, but he doesn't take advantage of it, and that ball is caught. So so the starters here, or at least Jameson Taillon, not going to get his first win in a St. Louis uniform in this game. Well, here we are on the top of the 7th. Carrasco, as that's a ground ball, and that one's beating the gap, so nobody's there. And going up to second base is Marcelo Ozuna, and he's going to get there standing up. So Marcelo Ozuna beating the shift, gets his first extra base hit of the year, I believe. As, yeah, nobody was there in left field. Left fielder was playing way over. So a big RBI opportunity now for Didi Gregorius, who is 1 for 2 on the game, and that fastball just misses above the strike zone. 1 for 2 with a single in this one so far. Big base hit would be clutch right now. 1-0 pitch to Gregorius. It's a fly ball, and as the center fielder's not going to get to it, drops in front of Harrison Bader. Scoring from second base is Marcelo Ozuna, and Didi Gregorius with his second hit of the night. Indianapolis taking the lead here in the 7th inning. Nice swing by Gregorius there into the outfield. And, a guy that probably should have been playing a lot more last year. First year of him really starting in a major role for this offense. and we'll see how he does. That's a good catch by Harrison Bader out there in center field for the second out of the inning. But here is Vladdy, 1 for 3 with a home run on the day. As Carrasco here going to look to come set against him. Here his first pitch to Vladdy is a fly ball. That one is into left, and it falls in just in front of Michael Conforto. That was actually into right field, so a single there keeps the inning going. Here's Cedric Mullins now, and it's a ground ball to first base. That's a stop by Matt Olson, and tagging the bag to end the 7th inning. But you know, the Arrows, they do get a run. 11 hits. They have got a lot of hits in this game and a lot of base runners, and they do finally take the lead here again in the top of the 7th inning. 3-2, the score. So we're now in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Michael Conforto, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. Had a 781 OPS last year. He was playing for... Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on who he last played for in this league. And he's going to get that one off of the pitcher here, Dustin May, and he's going to beat out the throw attempt to first base. Wow, so that was an interesting base hit right here. Right back up the middle, and yeah, off of the ankle there of Dustin May. Hopefully he is okay after that. And yeah, just barely beating it out. And that is actually going to be the end of the game. And the end of the line. He was playing for Phoenix, I believe, last year, Michael Conforto was. But that's the end of the line for Dustin May in this one, as he pitches a full 6 innings in this game. And does only give up 2 runs. Responsible again for that man on third base right now. But here is Pedro Baez. 53 games, 61 innings last year at 3.36 ERA. He definitely had a great season with a 1.04 whip last year. Here's Brian Anderson, 0 for 2 on the night. And that's a 4-seamer that he drills down the line. And dropping into the outfield from first to third goes Conforto. Brian Anderson is going to get a base hit. And the Sluggers have something going here in the 7th inning. It's first and third with nobody out. Good swing by Brian Anderson, dropping that ball right there in the outfield. And now here's Brandon Rogers. Huge RBI chance for him tonight. As that's a pop-up in the infield. That is a unfortunate, unproductive out right there for the first one of the inning. Man, so now 1 down. Here's Harrison Bader. And now Harrison Bader is going to swing and miss at a high slider. And Pedro Baez has to dig up that base hit, but a pop-up and a strikeout, and now he's an out away from getting out of the jam. I mean, not necessarily the most... I mean, that pitch is a dangerous one there in location, but it does get the job done. It gets the strikeout. Now it's Julio. The only guy with RBIs in this game. He had a single, the 2 RBIs single earlier on the night. 1 for 3 on the day. So here is Baez coming to him with a 1-1 pitch here. As that's a swing and a drive and a fastball down the line, and it is gone! What a huge swing from Julio Rodriguez! 3-run jack, and the Sluggers take the lead 5-3 in the 7th. Rodriguez, his first of the season, and a monster home run just fair down the line in left field. And St. Louis has the lead. Wow, a 5 RBI night for the guy in his sophomore season for Julio Rodriguez. As that's a base hit into right field as the game keeps going and this inning keeps going here. Man, I mean, and you look at what Baez did. He was so close to getting out of a really tough jam, and he gives up a big home run, then a big single. Now James Caprillion is coming out of the bullpen. He's already pitched 1.2 innings this season and has not given up a run yet. A really good long relief pitcher for Indianapolis last year. And now Matt Olson is going to ground it to second base. That will finally end the 7th inning. but damage done in the 7th by Julio Rodriguez. Huge swing. The Sluggers get a few hits in that inning, and they now lead it 5-3. No doubt home run by the Rookie of the Year. So now we're going to go up all the way into the 8th inning, and now it's time for the setup man and the closer. That's what you want for the Sluggers right now. They go to Joe Barlow, who only pitched 13.2 innings last year, so hopefully he gets more innings this season. But now we're in the top of the 8th, and now it's a 2-run game. So Indianapolis trailing in this one, as that ball is hit, and that ball hits Josh Donaldson. And I think it's actually the first time Indianapolis has trailed all the year because they won their season opener 1-0, and they scored in like the 9th inning or something in that game. But now a man on for Dominic Smith, who has a couple of hits tonight. And the first pitch to him, though, is a pop-up down the line and in foul territory. Matt Olson makes that catch. That's a big out number 1 in this inning. So now there's 2 down in the frame, and here's Marcell Ozuna. And a 2-1 count to Marcell Ozuna here. As that's a ground ball, that's right to the shortstop, and he's going to go the short way to end the top of the 8th. So that's a big 0 put up there by Scott Barlow. As we go to the bottom of the 8th and see if Indianapolis can add on at all to this lead. Here's Mitch Garver, who is 0 for 3 so far today, and I don't believe he has a hit yet this season. James Caprillion gets him to swing and miss at a changeup there below the knees. I mean, that's just a perfect textbook off-speed pitch to get it out and to get a strikeout. So here's now Michael Conforto again, 1 for 2. He did start that 7th inning, and that's a ground ball just down the line, and that was quite an easy play. I mean, Vladdy got the ball in his glove, and he was already stepping on first base. So that's it. St. Louis not able to add on. Now we go to the 9th inning, and here's Ryan Tepera, who was good as his team's closer last year. 47 and 55 opportunities, so he did have 8 saves, but 52 innings, a 2.41 ERA, and a 1.24 WHIP with 63 strikeouts. I mean, those are some good numbers here in his second year as his team's closer. And Didi Gregorius begins the inning. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI base hit in this one. And looking to start this inning off right. And it's a ground ball. A nice stop by Brian Anderson across the diamond. And that's an out on the first pitch of this 9th inning by Ryan Tepera. Here is Gavin Lux, 0 for 4 on the day so far. One of the few guys in this lineup for Indianapolis who not getting hit tonight, actually. As that's a slider that was right in Gavin Lux's wheelhouse. I don't know why he did not swing at that pitch, and now the count is 2-2 on. As it's a circle change, that was filthy. And that's a strikeout for out number 2. Yeah, not a great at-bat there by Gavin Lux. You take a pitch that was right there for you. That was a beautiful slider, that second pitch of that at-bat. But yeah, you got to swing at that slider, and then you got to take that change up there. And now there's 2 outs. Down to the last strike in this game. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And it's a swing and a miss on a slider. Not a great location, but, I mean, it fools the batter in Ryan Tepera, getting his first save of the year, and the Sluggers getting their first win of the season. Winning the first 2 games here against the Arrows. And, you know, for Jamison Taillon, didn't get the win or anything, but a fairly successful outing for him in his first one of the year, and a good game, kind of back and forth in the late innings. And the Sluggers bullpen pretty much came in pretty clutch there at the end of the night. As you can see, the couple of strikeouts that Ryan Tepera had to end the game. And, I mean, over the last few innings, the Arrows had a lot of hits, but I don't think they had any hits in, like, the last 3 innings in this game. Or at least the 8th or the 9th, they didn't have any hits. But, yeah, player of the game is going to be, obviously, Julio Rodriguez. He had an unbelievable night and had 5 RBIs in this one. All the runs going to him. His first home run of the year, his first 5 RBIs of the season, and, you know, is now 286 after tonight. So Harrison Bader still doesn't have a hit, neither does Mitch Garver on this team. Stanton was 2 for 4 as well. Turner had his first couple of hits, I believe, today, 2 for 4 on the day. Michael Conforto had a hit as well. He's batting .571 right now, so he must have had a good opening day. And then Rogers there, the shortstop, did not get a hit tonight, 0 for 3 as well. For him, Brett Anderson had a hit. That's a look at St. Louis and their offense today. And then on the pitching side, Jameson Taillon, 5.1 innings, 8 hits allowed. So he did allow a lot of hits. He did allow a walk as well, so a lot of base runners, but only allowed 2 runs with 5 strikeouts. So overall, not a bad outing for him. Carlos Carrasco gave up a run in 1.2 innings, but he does get the win. Scott Barlow gets a hold, and Ryan Tepera gets the save. So now we go to the Arrows lineup here, and he had Gavin Lux, who was 0 for 5, and he's still without a hit through 2 games this season. Mark Canha was 3 for 5 with an RBI, a big home run for him. Vladdy had a couple of hits, including a home run. Mullins was 0 for 4. Jansen was also 0 for 4. He doesn't look like he has a hit yet this year. And Mark Canha, Didi Gregorius also had an RBI in this one. And Trevor May, 6 innings, 6 hits for him, 3 runs, allowed 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Not a bad outing for him, but a bad outing for Baez, who gave up the big home run to Rodriguez and gets the loss in this one. James Caprillion, 1.1 scoreless innings. Let's look at that box score there and look at that game here to begin this episode. And now we're going to move more into just simulating some of these games here. As we actually take it to this one, we simulated this one, and Salt Lake, no hits, San Diego, as you can see there. How about that? I mean, they didn't, so there was 1 walk. It almost was a complete game. But Acuna had a home run, a 7-run 4th inning by Salt Lake in this one. That is kind of crazy. But yeah, Chris Bassitt, what a start for him. His first of the year, and he pitches a no-hitter. 9 innings, only 1 walk allowed and 5 strikeouts. Nearly a perfect game. But how about that? What a first opportunity this year for Chris Bassitt. Jimmy Herman, yikes. I mean, 6 runs allowed at 3.1 innings. And Salt Lake right now is 3-0, and San Diego 0-3. So a tale of opposite seasons to begin the year. But Chris Bassitt with a no-hitter, that's pretty cool. So we go and we show you some more box scores from the 3rd day of the year. And San Francisco getting their first win of the year here. Hadley Rushman, Kirk Casale, and Cisneros had 2 home runs in that one for San Francisco. And kind of a back-and-forth game as they held on in late innings. First loss of the season for Kansas City this year. Brendan Nimmo and Bobby Witt Jr. had a couple of home runs, or had home runs in this game. McCutcheon looked like he had his first hit as a member of the Monarchs in this one. And Joe Ross, 6 innings, his first start in San Francisco, went pretty well. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs allowed. Ryan Pepio also got the win, his first of his career out of the bullpen in that one. And only 2 games, this is only the second game that these 2 teams have played. And Minneapolis gets his first win of the year. Home run, a grand slam, it looks like, a home run, but another RBI and maybe a double or something there for Minneapolis. And then you got Hillard had a 2-run home run, it looks like, and Omar Narvaez also had an RBI. Pitching in this one was pretty decent. I mean, German Marquez pitched pretty well, got the win. 7 innings of relief, or 7 innings for him in that one, with only 2 runs allowed. And then you go to Las Vegas and Colorado. Las Vegas getting their first win of the year. Tommy Edman had a home run. Harry Ford also had a big day. I mean, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Had 2 doubles in this one, and is batting .500 after 3 games. Carlos Santana also was 3 for 3 in that game as well, with an RBI. And then you go to Colorado. 4 for 5 was Adam Engel in that one. Correa had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And Adam Engel also had an RBI as well. Madrigal had a hit. So did Mejia and Arias. But James Paxton, I believe his first start in Las Vegas, and he pitched 7 innings, did not give up a run. Only allowed 4 hits and 3 walks. So that's a really good start for him. Theo Barr got his first save of the year. Actually, Hunter Green there blew the save in the late innings. So he didn't really blow the save, but he gave up a lot of runs in the ninth. And then Nashville, starting off their season 2-0 here. Randy Rosareno, Jacob Stalling is getting RBIs for Columbus, whose offense was pretty shut down in this one. Francisco Lindor had a good day, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs in this one. And the offense right now for this team, a little bit of a slow start. Harris this one was 0 for 2. And a home run as well by Max Kepler in this one. And Nathan Eovaldi, his first start in Columbus here, and he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, so didn't pitch very well. Yusei Kikuchi, 3 innings, didn't allow a run. And the win went to Noah Syndergaard. He had a good start for the Stars. And then you go to New Orleans and Winnipeg. New Orleans getting their first win of the year. Here, 6-3 the score. Wilmer Flores had a home run. That's his first in Winnipeg this season. Garcia and Mountcastle had a home run. Bubba Thompson also had, I believe, his first couple of hits of the season for him and an RBI, or 2 RBIs as well. In this one, Garcia had a 3-run home run. It looks like Ryan Mountcastle also had a home run, although Garcia didn't have a 3-run home run because they knew Orleans didn't score 3 runs in any of those innings. We look at the pitching. Hudson gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. Joe Rock gave up 2 runs in an inning of relief, and so did Rodriguez in 0.2 innings of relief in that game. Tony Gonsolin, 6 innings, 2 runs allowed. Corey Kluber gets the win for an inning of relief, and then a save by Garrett Crochet, his first of the year. And then Oklahoma City, they get their first win of the season here against Charlotte. And yeah, Charlotte's offense was a lot less potent in this one than they were in opening day. But, I mean, still, Harrison was 2 for 4 with an RBI in this one and a home run. Wow, he had 2 home runs in opening day. He gets his 3rd home run of his season already. That is crazy. And then Trevor Larnach also had a home run for Charlotte in that game. 4 RBIs for Manny Machado, who had a really good opening day. He had a home run on opening day, and he gets 3 more hits and 4 more RBIs. I'm assuming he had a home run in this one at some point, and he did. And looks like he didn't have a grand slam, but he had a really good day. A 3-run home run probably for him, and then another RBI earlier in the game. Cortez Jr. there, 4.1 innings and 3 runs allowed. I mean, the pitching right now for Charlotte through 2 games has not been very good. Lopez, 6 innings, and does not get the win. Tanner Tully does, out of relief, 3 innings from the bullpen. 3 runs allowed by Tanner Tully in that start. And then Tampa Bay wins 1-0. Wow, no offense basically to speak of in this game. Only 4 hits total between these 2 teams in this one. That is kind of crazy. Dwyer De La Cruz and Ronaldo Torres, they are getting the hits for Tampa Bay, or for Seattle. And for Tampa Bay, Leon got a hit, and then Spencer Torkelson got a hit in an RBI in the 4th inning, it looks like. So the pitching in this game must have been exceptional. Cal Quantrill gets the loss despite pitching 7 innings, giving up only 1 run and 2 hits. And AJ Minter an inning of relief. But Eric Fetty gets a complete game shutout here in his first start of the year. Only allows 2 hits and a walk. Only strikes out 3 guys, but a really good, excellent start for him. And then you go to Houston and Mexico City. Mexico City taking this 3rd game of the year against Houston here, 6-2. A home run by Alex Bregman, and Garcia does get a hit and an RBI in that one. Then from Mexico City, 2 for 4 is Jake Cronenworth. And Bell there, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He had a 2-run home run, it looks like. Mike Moustakas had another home run. That's his 2nd of the year. And J.J. Bleday also had a home run. Looks like a 2-run shot maybe as well in this game. So pitching, Mike Minor was okay. Gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. George Kirby, unfortunately, gave up a couple of runs in this one. Paul Stewart also gave up a run. Shane McClanahan pitched all right in that one as well. And then you go to Phoenix and Los Angeles. Phoenix getting their first win of the year as Michael Brantley gets a hit and an RBI. So does Garrett Cooper. And another hit and an RBI for Joey Gallo in this one. Corey Lee was 3 for 3 on the evening with 2 runs scored and a walk, it looks like. And then for Phoenix, 2 RBIs for Hunter Renfroe. He had a 2 for 4 day. Ronnie Tellez was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs as well and a home run. And it kind of looks like the offense right now for Phoenix has started slow in this season. But for Los Angeles, Mike Soroka, 3 innings in 6 innings, and 3 runs in 6 innings. Aaron Savoli, 3 runs in 5.2 innings in the bullpen for Phoenix in that one. Pitched excellently. A shutout here by Montreal and New York. One of the better teams, I think roster-wise this season is starting the year 0-2. against Montreal, and the offense in this one did not show up at all. Only got 6 hits total, as Andy Pages got a hit, and it looks like he got his first Major League homer here on his second MLB start. And congratulations to him. And Joey Votto also had a home run. And Scott had 4 RBIs in this one, a 2-for-4 bowl game. But yeah, good job for Andy Pages, his first home run of the season. And McLean also had a hit as well. And then you go to the pitching, and Chris Paddock kind of struggled to give up 4 runs in 5 innings. Louis Gill also gave up 4 runs in only 2.1 innings. And then there's Gibson. He had an excellent season last year. Had like a 2.6 ERA a year ago. And he pitches 8 shutout innings in his first start of the 2023 campaign. And then went on there an inning of relief. So only a couple more games to go through here. Boston and Toronto. And Toronto starting out this year a perfect 2-0 right now, as Hernandez had a home run in that game and the only 2 RBIs. And Ohtani had a couple of doubles. Nico Horner had a couple of triples in this one. Jesse Winker had an RBI. Shohei had an RBI as well. Winker had 2 RBIs. Rosario and Vasquez had the other RBIs in this game. Mike Clevenger, first start for Boston this season, I believe, and 5 innings, 3 runs allowed for him. Venezuela came out of the bullpen as well. And then Vancouver, they have started the year 2-0 against Portland, as Lewis got an RBI in this game, but that was about it. For their offense, Anderson Tejada did get a hit as well, but a lot of home runs in this one. It looks like that's kind of how this team scored all their runs in this one. Charlie Blackmon with a 2-run homer. It looked like Austin Meadows with a solo shot. That was his second of the year because he had one on opening day. Anthony Rizzo also had a home run, and Kyle Isbell had a 2-run home run, it looks like, there as well. So that's his first of this season. Benny Montgomery did not have a hit in that one after getting a couple of hits on opening day. But John Gray only pitched 4.2 innings in this one. Allowed 7 walks, so that kind of explains it there. Murphy, 3 innings pitched and allows only 1 run, 3 total, 2 of them unearned. And the win in that one goes to Vancouver, as I didn't get to actually see who was the winning pitcher in that game. But moving on, we are now simulating another day, and here in this game, we're going to show off Madison Bumgarner, a new off-season addition for the Dragons here. As we look at this team, and I like this team. I think this team is a young squad here. Maybe not on the pitching side. Their pitching might be a bit older, but they have Shane Bieber, one of the legitimate best aces in this game. Like Soroka has some good ratings. He pitched pretty well. And then they got Madison Bumgarner, who they got in a trade in the offseason from the Richmond Rhinos. And I kind of forgot who they actually dealt in that deal. But Madison Bumgarner last year was pretty decent. This is his best year since 2019 for him. A below 4 ERA with a 1.26 whip, 111 strikeouts, and 190 innings. So 2 more years left on Mad Bum's contract. He'll be 35 by the time that contract runs out. And then Kenta Maeda there in the number 4 starter. He was really good last year. A 3.07 ERA and 199.2 innings, almost 200 innings pitched for him total. He's going to get to 1,000 strikeouts this year as well. He's at 986. Alec Mills there is the number 5 starter, and as a number 5 starter last year, he was pretty decent there, below 4 ERA. And then the bullpen, I think not a lot of new additions. Craig Stammen was in this bullpen as a long reliever last year. He's only at 67 overall, so you might be pushing your luck to see how well he does this season, but he had a below 4 ERA a year ago, so he was pitching pretty well from that long relief spot. And then Albert Alazolai, 28 years old. Here is 77 overall for him. Oliver Perez, 41 years old, 67 overall, and he pitched last year in 47 innings and actually had 33 saves on the year, so he actually pitched pretty well. 2.87 ERA and 1.23 whip. This might be his last year as a major leaguer, though. I don't know if I'm going to re-sign him to this team, and I don't think anybody else will really maybe re-sign him. It depends on what he does this season. That might be his last year in the big leagues, though. Michael Givens, Didn't pitch at all really last year. Only pitched one inning actually. And over his career, he's been a good relief pitcher. The year before that, in 2021, in 51 innings, he pitched pretty well to a 3.35 ERA. Archie Bradley, this is going to be a new signing for them. He comes over from the Atlanta Crusaders. And, the whip was really high for him last year. He had 17 walks and 30 hits that he allowed, a 1.66 whip. So, didn't have a great year last year. But we'll see how this year goes for him. He was signed to a 2-year, $2.3 million contract. JT Toragua, 50 innings as a setup man. He had 32 holds a year ago, 1.05 whip, and a 2.86 ERA. He had a very good season last year. And then Tyler Matzik is right now listed as this team's closer. They don't really have like a true closer. I mean, they were kind of going between a lot of guys closing games last year. Matzik had 7 saves, but he pitched 70 innings, and he had a 3.69 ERA, and he had a pretty decent ERA, and he is the best rated overall relief pitcher there for them, so that's why I chose to go with him as this team's closer. And now, we look at their lineup, and I think this is where this team is going to probably shine, and where a lot of young talent is on this team. This is one of the better young teams in this league. As, the first two guys, we signed Garrett Cooper to a 1-year contract here at first base. Last year, he was pretty decent. But Michael Brownlee and Garrett Cooper, the top 2, Corey Seager there, and 81 overall. We know how good of an offensive player he can be. And then Jose Altuve, the complete package there at second base. Joey Gallo, this will be his first full season here in Los Angeles after getting traded last year. And, they gave him an extension after that trade was done. And he's going to be here for the next 4 seasons, getting paid $20 million. And I can't remember where. I'm drawing a blank on where he got traded from. Maybe it'll come to me later. But either way, first full season for him this year. Then Anthony Santander. And then Cornelly is only 24 years old. Has really good hitting ratings. I like his hitting ratings a lot. And last year for him was pretty good. I mean, I'll take these numbers. 123 hits, 29 doubles, 12 home runs, 64 RBIs, and 325 on base, and 754 OPS. Those are good numbers for a young catcher. And then you have Josh Jung, who's only 25 years old here at 74 overall. And he's a good young hitter here. Last year, pretty decent season for him last year. Not a lot of power, but got on base at a decent rate and had a decent average last season. And then you have Nick Senzel, who right now is listed as a starter. I don't know how long that will last. He didn't really perform that well a year ago. But then their bench and their farm system is where this team really shines. Yeah, Christian Pache, who is, be potential outfielder. He is playing in real life right now, I know, and he's on the bench for this team. And then there's Michael Busch, I'm going to want to try and get him in the starting lineup. He's 25 years old and 8 potential, 73 overall, really good, well-rounded hitting rating. So I like him a lot as well. So you got a lot of younger talent here on that starting lineup. And then you got some really good prospects, one of them being Robbie Matthews, who was a recent draft pick for them. 54 overall, 58 and 54 contact ratings, 75 vision is really good. And his defense is not terrible for him. Actually, his defense is not very good. That's kind of why he's so low overall. And then you got Curtis Mead, who was really, I think, on the cusp of making a Major League debut. 79, 77, 69, and 67 fielding. Those fielding ratings are very good. Good contact at 56 and 55. Really good vision at 66. Decent power, 35 and 38. But yeah, I really like Curtis Mead at only 22 years old there as an infielder, and I look to see him getting a chance in the majors this year. They have Nick Gordon, who's already 27 years old, but he's a 67 overall with good hitting ratings, so we'll see. We'll see what he does in the minors, but I think he could have a chance to maybe make an impact. But the biggest guy to focus on in this team's farm system is Wes Adams. This was their last round draft pick, one of the last draft picks in the whole draft last year, and he is an incredible player here. He's an 89 overall, or 89 potential, 71 and 73 contact ratings. His power, he's not going to excel there, but 65 vision, 67 discipline, and 70 clutch. 74 fielding. The arm accuracy for him and the arm strength is not very good. That's really the weakness of his game. And he's not a power hitter. Of course, that is also a weakness. Quentin Priester there, really good looking. Is 22-year-old V potential starting pitcher, but that contact for him is absolutely insane. So definitely a guy that, we'll see what he does. I'm going to start him at AAA because his hitting ratings are just that good. And so we'll see what he does in AAA, but look out for him to be a really key prospect on this team this year. And then they also drafted Julio Gonzalez, who is one of the better relief pitching prospects in this game. 76 walk per nine, 67 K per nine. I mean, he's only 18, and those stats for him are already really, really good. And he's going to start the year at AAA. And then you go to AA here. The pitching on AA, not as good. Randall Tucker has 80 hit per nine and 64 K per nine, actually. The walk per nine is definitely low. That's going to hurt him a little bit, but I don't know what his potential is. But he actually doesn't look too bad there. So not a lot of pitchers to speak of in AA, but on the offensive side, we've got some good players here for this team. That's a big potential guy. I believe he was a draft pick from last year. Not sure what his potential is. But Brennan Davis is already 23, so he's a little bit of an older player here, but he does have 62 contact versus lefties and 58 contact versus righties and 59 vision. And his defense isn't terrible as well. So I think Brennan Davis probably going to have a shot at being a AAA this year, and maybe next year we'll see if I can get him onto the starting lineup. But I like this team. I like where this team is at. I think they have some definitely good young talent on this roster here, and a couple guys in that farm system that are really, really good. So you go over to the Scorpions here. This is a kind of a rebuilding team a year ago, and here's Hunter Renfroe, this is his last year of his contract. So depending on where this team is at the trade deadline, I might look to deal him for this team, and depending on what his season is looking like. But you got Ryder Franco, Nathaniel Lowe, Marcus Semmy, and Hunter Renfroe. I mean, this team is basically the same from a year ago. Out Bohm there as well. And Adam Hazley, I mean, good contact ratings at 75 and 78. Didn't play a lot last year for Phoenix. Was kind of more of a bench guy. And we'll have him start on this team's lineup this season. And then you got Randy Chalez, who, good power versus righties, decent contact, decent vision, and power versus lefties. His fielding isn't great. That's definitely a weakness for him, but I believe he is his team's DH, so we don't really have to worry about his fielding being very good. But, he's 28 years old. He's a guy that I could look to see it trade as well, depending on what he does this season. He's off to a really good start this year for the Phoenix Scorpions, actually. And they got Tyrone Taylor, and then Henry Davis is going to be a full-time starting catcher for this team. And they remember they had Yadier Molina on this team last year. Henry Davis did get some playing time last year, but he was not a full-time starter, so now he will be. And then you go down to the farm system here, and there's a couple of guys to really key in on, and one of them is Dave Franco, who is 21 years old, 65 overall, and a completely well-rounded hitter right now. 53 contact versus lefties and righties, 45 power versus lefties and righties, 53 vision, 51 discipline, and 61 clutch. I mean, his contact and power ratings are the exact same versus lefties and righties. And a good hitter, a decent fielder, 67 fielding, 45 arm, and 42 accuracy. So his fielding isn't terrible. And they got Ryan Bliss, who's got really good defense there, and decent offense. I don't know what his potential is, but he might be a guy to look for. And then Edward Rios here, played a little bit last year. He's a guy that, we'll see. I mean, he might have a chance to be called up if he does well in the minors. Damian Colon, 60 overall, 19 years old, 8 potential guy. Really good at hitting ratings at 61 there versus versus lefties and righties. 78 vision, 69 discipline. His fielding is definitely where he needs to work on a little bit more here. His fielding's not great. But honestly, this is a player that with his offense is probably a couple of years away from being in the majors. That's how close he is. But the biggest guy to focus on in this farm system is Luis Rios. He was a top 5 draft pick. I can't remember who actually drafted number 1 in this draft, but I know he was a top 5 draft pick for this team, I believe. And, man, he is really good. He is the best overall. I think he's a 99 or 98 overall. And his defense is fairly good right now, but his offense is really, really good. 62 contact versus lefties, 58 versus lefties, 45 and 42 power ratings, 55 vision, 49 discipline, and 54 clutch. He's a 67 overall already, 21 years old. Luis Rios is a top-flight prospect for sure. And on the pitching side, there's looking Aaron Savoli, but Tyler Glasnow is this team's ace. Jake Odorizzi is there as a number 3. Justin Dunn is now a full-time starter, but we'll see. I mean, that walk per 9 rating is still so low, and he did walk 37 batters last year and did not pitch very well at all. So Justin Dunn is on a short lease for me, and you know that walk per 9 stat is just going to hamper him a big deal. And I don't know, this pitching is not going to be very good this year. It wasn't very good last year, and it's not going to be very good this season, I don't expect. But Jackson Jobe, he's only pitched 4 innings this season and has not given up a run yet. And, you know, he's 20 years old, a big potential 71 overall starting pitcher. I like where his ratings are at, and so we'll see what he does this season. He's already off to a fairly decent start there. And I do actually, I mean, I try to put him in the line, in the starting rotation, but he does not actually. I moved him back to the long relief role, so that's kind of where he is this year. Michael Lorenzen pitched 175 innings for San Francisco last year, and they signed him to a 3-year contract with $5.3 million a year. And then Nick Sandlin didn't pitch very well last year. This bullpen is maybe not going to be that great. Victor Gonzalez didn't pitch at all last year. Sal Romano was actually pretty good in 29.1 innings. Josh Taylor was not very good in 44 innings. Genesis Cabrera was okay at 3.65 ERA for him. He is their team setup man. And then their closer is Taylor Rogers, who I honestly think is on the trade block for them if they don't do well this year. 3.81 ERA and a 1.23 whip for him last year. He did blow 4 saves. I mean, he still has 3 years of his contract remaining, so that might kind of prevent me from trading him. But, you know, this team is rebuilding, I think, right now still. And so a lot of guys are kind of on the trade block if they struggle this season and if I can find a good deal. But let's see which team can overcome this 1-1 start and get back to above 500 here as we get into this game between the Scorpions and the Dragons. By the way, the Dragons here, this is look at the series recap. The Dragons won the first game 2-0, and then Phoenix won 4-3. But by the way, there is a new jerseys here for the new road uniforms for the Dragons in this game. As the logo is different, it's just a D in the front, and you know a full orange jersey with the main color, a green back, and with orange lettering, and some piping there with the white and the green. And I love this team's hat. It's a very good contrast to the rest of the jersey. You have an orange front hat and then a white hat and a white bill. I really like the hat for this team's jerseys here. But here's Marcus Semien with 2 outs in the first inning. A good start for Madison Bumgarner so far, trying to get through the first inning cleanly here. As the 1-0 to him, as that's a ground ball. That's going to get through and into left. And that's the first hit this season for Marcus Semien. He did not have a hit or an average going into that at bat. Well, here now is Hunter Renfroe, and Hunter Renfroe is going to take a cutter there that gets the zone for strike 1. And last game 2 for 4 with a home run apparently for Renfroe as a 1-2 pitch. It's a circle chain swung on and missed. Bumgarner gets a strikeout, and there's out number, and that's the end of the first inning. And yeah, I love those hats now with the white bill and the with the orange retro front there. Yeah, these Los Angeles jerseys are just way better than they were last year on the road. And Phoenix, their Scorpion home unis did not change. I don't really think their road jerseys changed very much either. I really like where their jerseys are at. As that's a line drive base hit right there by, and that was Alec Bohm there getting that single. And now here is Tyrone Taylor, 267 averages, 751 OPS a year ago for him. He's batting 400 going into this game. And a 1-for-2 pitch, and it's in the dirt, and a nice stop. And Corey Lee trying to throw it over to first base, and the throw goes away from the first baseman, and now all the way up to second base goes Alec Bohm there. That's going to be an error. on Corey Lee, the catcher, and now a man in scoring position. Well, here's a 2-2 to Taillon Taylor. And Taillon Taylor's going to cash in on the air immediately. The base hit back up the middle. And boom, is out, though, at home plate. Wow. Great throw from the center fielder to gun down the man at the plate. Man, great tag as well by Corey Lee. Close play there, but a run does not score. And now it's running to Les. That's a cutter that's swung on and driven back up the middle. And that's going to be the end of the second inning. And somehow, some way, no runs there in that frame for Phoenix. Wow. So now we're in the bottom of the third inning. Here's Wander Franco at the plate. 1-for-1. He's going to swing through that fastball there for strike 2. Bumgarner here, what is he going to come with here on this 1-2 counts? And it's a sinker, swung on and missed. Second one of the game for Bumgarner. Yeah, I was going to look at what happened with this pitch, and it was a textbook pitch that sunk way down on Franco when he was way out in front of it. Yeah, early on that one for sure. So 2 down here in the third inning. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. And that's a slurve that misses down below the knees for ball 1. Nathaniel Lowe 0-for-1 on the day, a ground out in his first at-bat back in the first inning. So Bumgarner here going to select his 0-1 or 1-0 pitch, and it's a sinker that is swung on, driven, and going to land in the outfield in left. So Lowe keeps the inning going here in this third inning. For Marcus Semien, who was 1-for-1 with a single back in the first inning. 2-2 pitch to Semien is a drive out to deep left field. Left fielder's at the wall, and that ball is gone. Huge home run, Marcus Semien. It is his first of the year, and the Scorpions jump on Madison Bumgarner here in the third inning and take the lead 2-0. Man, big swing by Marcus Semien as he knew that one was gone right away. And after a slow couple of days to begin the season, this is what they are looking for him and looking out at him there, as he has had a great start to the day tonight. So now 2-0. That four-seam fastball gets the top of the zone for strike 2. So Madison Bumgarner here can have to recover a little bit after that big hit. And what does he come with here to Hunter Renfroe? It's a cutter line drive, speared at third base by, I believe that's Josh Jung there playing third. And so that's the end of the third inning, and a 2-0 lead, 5 hits, and 2 runs for Phoenix. So here now is Taillon Taylor, 2 outs in this fourth inning. There's a ground ball. What a stop by Altuve at second base. Wow. Man, Jose Altuve, a diving play. This was excellent. Man, what a play there. I mean, he is such an incredible player. A great hitter, and still a great fielder, even at like 33 or 34 years of age. There's a base hit, or no, an RBI and a fielder's choice, actually. And Los Angeles finally gets on the scoreboard. So we're now a 1-2 ball game here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning now. That's a ground ball back up the middle. Good placement there of the second baseman. Who, actually, that's the shortstop there, playing right behind second base. So now 2 down in the 5th inning. Here's Wander Franco at the plate for his second at-bat of the day. Or no, his third at-bat of the day, actually. And now Wander Franco is going to ground this ball over to shortstop. And that's going to take care of the 5th inning here. So a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings by Madison Bumgarner in this one, keeping his team in the game. Now we're in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. The 0-2 pitch to him. That's a swing and a miss. A circle change for only the 3rd strikeout of the game for Madison Bumgarner. As here's Marcus Semien. 2 for 2 on the day. He's had quite the start to the day, but he hasn't been up in a while. Madison Bumgarner pitching really well right now. And that's another strikeout. He goes right after Marcus Semien for a beautiful slurve that was swung on and missed, and a 4th one of the game for Bumgarner. So quite the start to this 6th inning, and that was out in front of it is Marcus Semien there, and 9 retired in a row right now by Madison Bumgarner. Now Hunter Renfroe at the plate, and that's a fly, as a pop-up there. First baseman in foul territory, making the play to end the inning. So wow, the last hit was that home run by Marcus Semien, and 10 retired in a row by Madison Bumgarner since the end of the 3rd inning. And then Joey Gallo is going to reward him by mashing a solo homer. Okay, good swing there. And now we're in the bottom of the 7th. So we're out already here in this 7th inning. Here's Adam Hazley at the plate now. 2-0 to him. That circle exchange misses for ball 3. And the count is at 3-0. And, I mean, 11 retired in a row by Madison Bumgarner here, trying to get back into this at-bat. 3-1. That's a good change-up there at the knees. And that was a pitch that you should have swung out there if you're down, if you're ahead in the count like that, 3-0 or 3-1. But now the 3-2. That's a swing and a miss. Brilliant pitch there, down below the knees in the dirt. Nice pitch there, Madison Bumgarner with his 5th strikeout of the day. So now here's Taillon Taylor, 1 for 2 on the night with a single. And Bumgarner here with 2 down in this 7th inning, looking to get something, looking for something to throw to him here as becomes the first pitch to Taylor in this at bat. It's a cutter, or no, a circle change grounded over to second base for the outs. Man, not sure if they're gonna let him pitch the 8th inning, but that's 13 retired in a row by Madison Bumgarner in this one tonight. Pretty impressive, actually. So we're into the 7th inning, we're into the 8th inning, and that's a base hit by the leadoff man. Christian Pache came in to replace him, and Madison Bumgarner has been taken out of the game. So unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to get credit for a win in this one. There's a swing, that's a drive, and that's a ball that falls in for a hit and an extra base knock, as into second base goes the hitter there. Good swing by Henry Davis. He gets his first double of the year. And that's the first hit of the game since the home run by Marcus Semien in the 3rd inning. 14 batters retired in a row by Los Angeles pitching. 13 retired by Madison Bumgarner. As now it's Wander Franco. That's a good sinker there on the inside corner for strike 2. 2-2. That one misses below the knees for ball 3. Daniel Lowe sitting on deck here as the count moves full. A good at-bat here by Wander Franco. 3-2, and that four-seamer not really close. It runs inside and high on him, and that's ball 4. So now Lozelai has 2 on, 1 out. Here's Nathaniel Lowe, who is 1 for 3 with a single in this game so far. Here's an 0-1 pitch to him, and Lowe is going to swing, crush this ball into deep right field. He lays the bat down. Nobody moves. That one is gone. No doubter from Nathaniel Lowe. His first home run of the year. A huge 3-run shot. And the Scorpions take a 5-2 lead in the 8th inning. Man, what a big swing right there by Nathaniel Lowe. And a mistake in location by Albert Lozelai right there. And I mean, a no-doubter. Brandon Lowe knew it immediately. He just sets the bat down. And a 372-foot blast down the line that goes over that taller wall out there in right field. How about that? So Albert Lozelai did not do his job very well in that outing. He gives up the lead, and now Archie Bradley comes out of the bullpen for his first action as a Los Angeles Dragon this season. He's already got the first 2 outs of this inning, or maybe actually there was 1 out already in the inning when he came in the game. So now 2 down for Hunter Renfroe, and that's a curveball there, a knuckle curve that is swung on and missed for the 3rd strike, and that's the first strikeout for Archie Bradley here in a Dragons uniform. But damage done in this inning. A 3-run jack by Nathaniel Lau makes it 5-2. Well, here is Tyler Rogers out of the bullpen for his second save attempt of the year. 1 for 1 so far. Struck out a couple of guys in his outing, and at least looks like he did give up a hit to a righty there with that average against. But here we are in the top of the ninth, and Corey Seager is going to start the inning off. I mean, a good spot in this lineup for Los Angeles. You have 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's a ground ball down the line, and that's going to be fair. Down the line, Seager around first, and he's going to get to second base. So Corey Seager with a double here to begin the ninth inning, and that's a good way to start the ninth. Need base runners right now, as here's Jose Altuve. It's a ground ball, stopped at second base. They get one out there. Moving to third base is Corey Seager. I mean, a productive out, but that run, you really don't care about that run if that run scores if you're Phoenix right now. So they need at least one more base runner to make this game really interesting. Here's Joey Gallo, 1 for 3 on the day with a home run and an RBI. That tied the game at 2 at that point. So 1-1 and 2 here from Rogers. That's a swing and a miss. Good slider there by Taylor Rogers on the outside part of the zone. And now the count moves to 0-2. So a big at-bat right here. A big pitch to Joey Gallo. What does Rogers come at him with here? He's going to come at him with a sinker. And it's a beauty on the inside corner for strike 3. Huge second out. Massive strikeout right there. And Joey Gallo late on that pitch that was 94 miles an hour for the third strike. So now 2 down in the top of the ninth inning. Here's Anthony Santander. That ball misses a sinker low for ball 1. And Santander 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. And down to him, the last out in this one. Here's a 2-2. It's a ground ball up the middle. Stopped at second base. Throw to first is in time. And the out is made and the play is finished. The game is over. Phoenix gets the win. They are 2-1 on the year, back up above 500. So, I mean, a great start from Madison Bumgarner in this one, but the Dragons' offense didn't really perform very well, and the Scorpions get a huge 3-run homer in the 8th inning that leads them to a win. So that is going to do it for the appearances in this game and in this episode here for you in this one. So a couple of decent starts from these two pitchers, but both of the pitchers, their teams actually ended up... Oh no, Jameson Taillon started for St. Louis, and St. Louis won that game. Never mind. But either way, that's a big swing there. Look at there's another swing by Lau, and then a couple of strikeouts in this 9th inning. Or no, and a strikeout there with Joey Gallo, and then that's the final out right there. So the Scorpions taking the series from the Dragons here 2-1. And Nathaniel Lau, definitely the player of the game for that massive 3-run homer. Justin Dunn actually gets the win out of the bullpen for pitching 2 scoreless innings, and then the loss going to Albert Alazalai. And so look at the lineup here. You have Brantley at 1 for 4 on the night. He's batting .357 so far on the season. Cooper, Seager, Altuve, and a good Joey Gallo all had 1 hit. Joey Gallo had a home run, his first of the season. Cooper and Seager had their first doubles of the year. And then Josh Jung still without a hit yet this season. And then Senzel went 0 for 3, and so did Anthony Santander. Looks like he only has 1 hit so far this year. And overall, the lineup right now for Los Angeles hasn't been that bad, honestly. A lot of 300 averages, some 250 averages there for that batting order. But Madison Bumgarner had a really good start, actually. I mean, he pitched 7 full innings, only allowed 5 hits, 2 runs allowed, and 5 strikeouts. And you can keep in mind, he went 13 straight. He retires 13 straight batters in a row after the 3rd inning. So he really settled into a groove at that point in the game. Albert Alazalai only got 1 out, gave up 2 runs. He gets the loss. Phoenix, for their parts, their offense right now has gotten off to a kind of a slow start. Franco 0 for 3. Josh Lau had his first couple of hits of the game, of his season, I think, and his first home run of the year, his first few RBIs. So did Marcus Semien. his first couple of hits and a home run and a couple of RBIs. Alec Bohm, it looked like his first hit of the year. Haseley does not have a hit yet. Tyrone Taylor is batting .375. Buddy Shalez is batting .333. And then Henry Davis batting .222. He had his first double of the season. And then you look at the pitching. Jake Odorizzi, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs allowed, and 6 strikeouts. Pitched pretty well, but Josh Dunn gets the win for his 2 scoreless innings in relief. And then Roger is getting his second save of the year already. Alright, well, that's going to do it for me in this episode, everybody. I thank you so much for watching this one. Sorry for the delay in episodes. And I'm really trying to work at getting some NCAA 24 content out to you guys. I have recorded all that I need to make an introduction video for my Coaching Dynasty and Coaching Carousel franchise that I will be starting. So that episode, I will definitely release an NCAA 24 or NCAA 25 video either today or tomorrow, sometime this weekend for you guys, because I know that you've been waiting for that for a long time, and I just haven't had a lot of time to play NCAA 25 this week. It's been a busy week for me, so thank you guys for your patience. Come back and watch this one. We're going to keep going with this franchise, of course, but next time you'll see me, it'll be an NCAA 25 video. As come back and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and you're excited about the episodes that we're coming out with, and excited about some NCAA 25 content still coming to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your patience again on just my inconsistency in uploads this summer. I'll get better at it when the school year starts. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.